The Diddy case is the Diddy case. The Diddy case is going to be worse than anything anybody's ever seen. I want you to understand something. I don't take any kind of glee in saying this. I'm not trying to suggest that somebody would dare to off Mr. Diddy. But if ever there was a person whose removal from the planet would end so many aspects, so many things, so many issues, it would be that one. If he doesn't exist, if for some reason you read in the paper, hey, did you hear this? Diddy's dead. Wow. Huh. And the world would go on. It would put everything from the active ongoing case. It would then put his properties into an estate. You would have probate. You would have bankruptcy. It would stop dead in its tracks anything involving this further investigation of the horrors that is Diddy. It would stop everything. It would stop it. You could bring in more people. They say, hey, he's dead. Yeah, but I want to testify. Testify about what? He's dead. The case is over with. It's through. He's finished. That's why people are offed. That's precisely why it happens. It's nothing personal, but it's true. And this is the part that people don't understand. They don't grasp this. They don't see it. Diddy has got to get out of federal prison. He has got to be taken to some kind of federal facility like Frankie Five Angels or Frank Pantangeli in The Godfather. Removed. He has to be put under observation by using monitors and using cameras that can detect drops in skin temperature, changes in lividity, changes in vitality, heart rate, skin color, pallor, all of those things which are indicative of. He has to be wearing paper gowns. Somebody somewhere in a system this big can off him. There is this wonderful notion called the black art of poisoning, and an old favorite one called noose on a bun. Because when you are in confinement, anything can be done to you. Anything can be done to you. Anything. You can be put into a position where you are, and this is important to know, this is critical, where you are forever kept away from regular eyes, and you're put into a system filled with what? Criminals, lowlife. Not exactly the top of the heap, the highest rung of the ladder when it comes to law enforcement. These are not the smartest people in the world. These are not the best people. These are not the sort of folks that you necessarily are going to put a prized prisoner in care of or in their charge. The black arts of poisoning, noose on a bun, provides that it is possible, if the call comes from someone, to introduce this substance on day one or at X time, followed by another substance, each of them inert relative to the rest of the world, but when combined, they create, through this binary combination, something that you cannot understand, that you cannot grasp, that you cannot put into words, that you cannot, how do I say this? You just don't know it. You don't see it. You don't recognize it. You do all the autopsies you want, all the tox screens you want, nothing shows up. It's been done forever. With Epstein, they put him in the cell with a guy Tartaglione. Remember that story? This big hulking ex-cop facing the death penalty for killing people. Remember, whatever happened to him, I don't know. This is a guy who roughed him up and tried to choke him. All of the indications were as such. It never went anywhere. And you see, once Diddy has to understand something. And the best news is that he needs to get some real lawyers and not this clown that he's got. I don't know who this person is, talking about how we're going to win this, and he's just a buffoon. He's just a buffoon. But Diddy's never going to see the light of day. He's never getting out. He's never getting out. This just uncorked a flood, the floodgates, a tsunami, the likes of which you're not going to believe. The names of people, they have pictures of famous people involved in, I don't want to use the word homosexual, but acts under that category, and with children. This is getting worse, and they're coming out of the woodwork, and people are going to be saying, how can this one person be responsible for so much when the smell of money and settlement are in the air? They come out of the woodwork. They smell it. There can be some huge, like a mass tort claim, where it's almost like a class action, where they don't have to explain individual cases. We saw this in the case of folks who brought claims 20, 30, 40, 50 years after they were allegedly abused by the Catholic Church and the diocese. That's what you're looking at. That's what we're talking about. It's incredible, my friends. I can't tell you. Keep an eye on this. Don't dismiss this as, oh, this is some artsy. No. This is not entertainment. No. This is bigger than anything you can imagine. You don't understand. This is the end of Diddy. The end. He will never see 5 years of prison. It ain't gonna happen because there's too many people that can be brought down with too much information from this guy, and all of the information that's going to come forward, and all of the complicity, and all of the misprision, and all of the individuals who look the other way, who allowed this to happen, and huge undercurrents of homosexual. I know that may not sound like much to you, but in certain aspects of the black community, that's a no-no. Certain aspects, certain undercurrents, certain factions of the black community who, for longer than anybody can imagine, allowed children to be the victims of this. Dear God. Dear God. People are putting the word out. Stop him. End it. Because remember, no Diddy, no case. No cross-examination, no nothing. It's just like, well, so much for that. What are you going to do? State your claim? Go ahead. Without him there, it in effect kills the case. Oh, you can make a claim against the estate. You can make a claim in bankruptcy court. But that's not what the people who are targeted with destruction are worried about. Am I making sense to you? Good. Do me a favor, my friend. Make sure you subscribe to Lionel Legal. Accept my thanks for you being a part of us. Accept my thanks for you, or to you, I should say, in subscribing to us. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Like this video. Like it. Subscribe. And more importantly, I want you to comment. Comment. Tell me. Acknowledge the fact that you recognize how huge this is. And comment as you see fit.